Hey people, welcome to the channel. Stay for this video. It's one of those that even though it's short, it has several lessons if you pay attention and know what to look for. As always, if you want to learn more about survival, self-defense, especially in terms of the use of knives and the way you see it here, seriously, a lot of this in street survival skills, I mean, it's actually sad, but it's pretty much what you see here, okay? So information about how to use improvised weapons, knives, guns, and so on, and for the economic aspect of preparedness, as always, surviving the economic collapse. Watch it first, and then we'll analyze a few things. And good news, this is one of those inclusive videos, because we have a member of the LGBTQ plus 45 community in the video. I will let you guess who it is. Yeah, it is her from the L community, but more on that later. First, let's watch and see what we can learn. So while we wait things to unfold here, we have a boy. I think he's 14 years old. She is 16 years old. I've read that some say she's 14 too. Either way, 14, 16 years old, very young teenage kids. He's with his hands in his pockets. She's just staring at him, and all of a sudden, it just happens, right? He's just talking to her. Boom, there it is. That's all there is. That's all there is. All there is to be seen. Okay, butterfly knife. Hey, what's wrong with you? Look at that location. If you pay attention to that closely, you see what I mean. He walks away. Like, why? Why do you do that? Well, he doesn't make it. That's it for him. He did not make it. He ended up in the hospital. He collapsed a little bit after that. And if you pay attention, it is instant. It can be that fast. When people say, oh, no, but a firearm, yeah. At that distance, something like that. So what is it that we have here? We have a female. And often enough, people think, oh, she's a 16-year-old girl, a 14-year-old girl. It doesn't matter. If she has a weapon, and if she has a weapon that she can use at that close distance, especially that kind of weapon, something like this, it can be terribly effective. Especially something that's a narrow, pointy blade like this, it can be terrible at those distances. Something that I explained in the book, and I have explained in several videos. Slashing, stabbing is about 30% more lethal than slashing. Slashing is horrible, and it can be extremely dangerous, lethal as well. But stabbing is the one that takes the cake because it just leaves those internal wounds. And because of the way in which we are built to survive these things as best as we can. We have a layer of fat on our body trying to protect our vital organs, our flow of blood in our veins, in our arteries. All of that is intended to be protected by the amount of fat that you have on top of you. The more of that you have for something specifically like that, yeah, you have to reach a little bit deeper. In this case, we see a very slim, very thin teenage boy, which is great for him. Fantastic. Well, it was great for him, but this means that there's even less to reach until you have that vital organ. So as she does that, snake-like attack, that's all there was to be said. He just doesn't recognize what happened. She has a small butterfly blade in her hand. She was known to be a thug, and he just doesn't know. Poor kid. He just doesn't know. Look at that location. It is exactly the location that I explained here in that chapter. That's it, guys. Small blade, narrow, goes in, exactly as I explained in the book. You don't know it, but it's done. That's it. Even if you have an ambulance right there, that's pretty much it. It is sad, but I do these videos because I want you guys to understand how you don't need a huge machete. You don't need a big thug dude, big muscle dude. No. It's just the intention. It's just the viciousness. And this girl has all of that in spades. She's vicious. She's cruel. She is, she's what you would expect from one of those man haters that have the kind of, there you go. Russian girl, 16-year-old, fatally stabbed schoolboy. She had been expelled from school. She was known to be a bully, a little bit a thug. She had that that thing about her, violence against men, against boys. There she is doing her face. Yeah, and that's what she did. This kid, you know, anyone can just go down. But when you have that, you know, a little bit of a thinner, a smaller frame, and with even a shorter blade, there's not a whole lot of fat in this region for most people. You know, even if you have a little bit more muscle, this is just a few 4-inch blade going in there. Boom, you're done, man. It's gonna be internal. You know, it's not gonna be a huge amount. And the more of these you see, and I don't recommend you watch many of these because it's heartbreaking. It really is. I do this because I try to learn as much as I can, so as to pass along the information, and you know, you confirm, you verify things that you keep on learning about, and the more of that you see, the more you can be certain of certain things that you learn along the way. But man, it is terrible to see these things. Just very sad. So any blade can kill. There's certain parts of the body that are more vulnerable than others. You don't need to go slashy like a lunatic. I mean, you can do that, and in a self-defense situation, you use whatever you can, but there's certain parts of the body that are more vulnerable. A narrow, long-ish blade, it can do a heck of a lot of damage, even though it's just a couple drops of blood and not a whole lot more than that. Okay, guys, as always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. More than welcome to leave those comments below, and see you on our next video. Guys, take care.